I think maybe one of the most misunderstood aspects of screenwriting is theme, because we hear the word theme and we tend to think of some abstract idea that is imposed on the material. I'm going to write about man's inhumanity to man, you know, whatever. That's not what theme is for me. Theme, one writer really expressed, I have a quote that I have pinned to my board at home, and I always look at the American writer Robert Penn Warren wrote All the King's Men and a few other books. He said, the true subject of any story is what a character learns over time. And so if you think of the movie as a span of time, what the character finds out, what the character discovers, what the character learns, that speaks to theme for me. And it means it's a very organic thing. You as the writer, hopefully you're exploring something that's important to you, something you feel passionately about. Some people think it's a good idea to pose a question even. You know, is there such a thing as only one love in life as opposed to many, or something like that? That can be useful too. What you're doing in a script is, again, whether you discover this in the writing and you don't even know what your theme is until you're way deep into the process, or whether you're the sort of person who can't begin to write until you know what your theme is, regardless, at some point you need to articulate that idea. And it can be fairly simple. You can just be writing about, let's say, how jealousy is a destructive and ultimately self-destructive force. Maybe that's your theme. What that means is if you're writing a scene and the scene is growing cold on you, or you don't quite know where you're going with it, you can go to that and say, oh, wait, is there anything in this scene that speaks to my idea about jealousy or self-destruction? And then look to the characters, look to the action, look to the visuals, look to the world, the environment in the room, and find a way to tap that. And that can help you keep the story consistent and keep it moving forward. There's some people who even say every subplot, every supporting character in a piece should embody some aspect or speak to that theme, and I kind of agree. The only question is how intuitive that's going to be or how conscious. Some people think it spoils all their investigation and exploration to know too much about that. Other people think, give me that theme and then I can wield it like a club and I can go through the script and make it happen. But I think it's important too, because really when we talk about theme, we're talking about takeaway. I see a movie and I walk out of the theater, and what am I left with? Why did I go through this experience? Chances are good, if it's a good movie, something in that movie has spoken to a universal experience, something that matters to me as a human being. I've located me in the story, and I go, I either agree with it or I disagree with it or I feel strongly about it, and that's what resonates. So you're also thinking about a personal issue, something that's important for you, and then looking at the world you're living in and going, is this talking to the culture? Is this something that's going on now? I guarantee you the amount of Me Too influenced scripts is now going to be exponentially huge, because we're in a moment where the relationships between men and women and the power dynamics between men and women is something that is very important to us now. So if you have a personal take on that, some idea about it, then chances are there'll be a real takeaway from that movie that people will respond to.